Hello, Kansas and Western fans. It's time to go over this weekend's poll results and my work plan for carrying them out. And as you can see, it was really close all weekend between the Wichita Yard and the Holcomb Power Plant, although the Holcomb Power Plant kept a very small edge for the entire weekend. So that's going to be our winner for this week. One thing I do want to apologize for, though, it was brought to my attention this weekend that TV viewers are actually not able to participate in YouTube polls, and that's very disappointing because that was one of the reasons that I switched to this method, thinking that people could use their remotes with the directional buttons to participate in the polls, and that's just not even an option for them. So I apologize to those of you out there who I thought I was doing good for, and it turned out that I am not. So however, you can still vote on your computer, you can still vote on your cell phone, so hopefully that allows some other people to get involved. So anyway, let's move into the train room and talk about what we're going to work on for the Holcomb Power Plant. Before we get into the power plant update, I want to mention that I did work some more this week on laying some more ballast. I really wanted to get this kind of turnout tree, for lack of a better, or turnout ladder, I guess it would be, for the proper terminology, ballasted and weathered. So I did get that done, just because I think it really adds to the look of it. Still a lot more ballasting to do in all this area here, but I did get at least that much more done, and I'm pretty happy with those results. All right, over here to the Holcomb Power Plant. I'll just make my way over this way. All kinds of things to work on here, and I'll probably touch on all of them just because I like variety, and a lot of things just need a little bit of work. For instance, the structure itself just needs details, and you can see over here I've got these boxes arrayed. Not a whole lot left in this box for details. Probably just some minor things. I haven't actually looked at the instructions to see what there is. Looks like there's some girder framework. Oh, we got a whole stairwell to put on, so that'll be added for sure, just because that adds a lot of neat detail. And I also want to mess around with some lights. Probably going to do something simple here for interior lights at least. So I'll probably use some of these Woodland Scenics just plug lights for just interior lighting there, just because it's easy to plug those in. And I'm probably going to do some area lights using these street lights just around the yard. And I also want to add, since we do have a couple of doorways on this facility, I want to add some of those wall mount kind of commercial black lights that they also offer. That'll be pretty easy to add. So definitely excited to add some lighting to another aspect of the layout. You can see all these fencing here. This is from Whistle Stop Models. They're 3D printed fences, and I really like these. I've gone through and added some examples where I had some barbed wire added, so I'll probably do that to these. But in the meantime, what I want to do is just figure out where I want this fence to run around the perimeter. I want to get the pilot holes drilled because this fencing comes pre-drilled with holes in the fence posts, so I can get that done. I'll have to cut them to shape because obviously I don't want to use, it's probably not likely I'll be able to use perfect, 5 posts everywhere. So I'm going to be cutting these down to length to follow the perimeter of the yard here before I do any scenicking, because it'll be a lot easier, I think, to drill those holes and get those placed, and then I can scenic around those. But I've never laid fence before, so I'll have to probably do some research on that. I mentioned this substation that I previously built. This is for the way it's currently set up is for an actual substation, like out in a neighborhood. I believe it's cut down somewhat for the starting substation that originates from a power station. So I just decided to go ahead and buy a new one. So I'm definitely going to get to work on building that. Something else I want to consider, and this is the viewer comment section. I would like to add at least one transmission tower if possible. And the purpose for that is, this is a power plant, right? So it provides power to some area. And I would like to at least carry on the impression that it does so. So rather than just have the substation somewhere here in the plant area with no wiring, I guess I could say it's a brand new power station. It hasn't been hooked up to anything yet. But I would like to go ahead and mess with one of those towers. So the best thing to do, or the one thing I want to figure out, is where I would place that tower. My first thought would be to go back to the backdrop, because then I don't have to try to represent where exactly that goes, and maybe I'm an enterprising individual at some point in the future, and I can paint some further towers on the backdrop itself. But then again, if my substation is placed here in the foreground, which is likely, it would be odd to carry the power lines through the plant off in that direction. So definitely interested in ideas for that. Let's see what else. Ground cover for sure. I want to get started on that, so we're not just looking at ballast. I want to get some dirt. I want to get some gravel. Maybe start messing around with some weeds. Definitely some static grass up this hill. I want to mess around with maybe doing some exposed rock where some erosion has taken place. I've done a few small plaster molds. I'll probably do some more to where I can just add some more interest to this hillside other than just being a hillside. Because there is, as the track moves around, it drops in elevation. So you can bet at some point something had to be cut away. This hill wasn't just here, in a convenient way for this power plant to be built. It had to be leveled. The main line had to be cut into place around it. So I want to represent a little bit of rock. I guess that's about it. Probably won't mess anymore with the coal pile for now because I think it looks okay. But I definitely want to said that word twice in one sentence. Get some groundwork done. Like this is just sitting on painted plywood. You can see the screw heads there. Let's get this thing covered and starting to look like a thing. So before I do that, definitely got to get the substation foundation at least figured out where I want that to go, get that marked, get a styrene plate installed so I know where that's going to be, and then I can scenic around it. So lots to do. We'll see what I can get done here the next couple of weeks. I appreciate everybody's participation in the poll. And I guess that's about it for now. We'll check in on Friday like I've started to do with my progress report on how I've been doing so you can see how it's going. And I guess that's about it for now. So everybody have a great week. We will see you soon.